Good morning, good people. I'm Brother Mark Schenk, Provincial Minister of the Capuchin Province of St. Conrad. I'm based in Denver, Colorado, but by the time you see this, I'll be in Victoria, Kansas, home of the beautiful Basilica of St. Fidelis, otherwise known as the Cathedral of the Plains. The friars will be meeting in Victoria all this week for their annual assembly. Today is the feast day of Saint Rita of Cascia. She's not a very well-known saint here in the United States, and since this is an optional memorial on the general calendar of the Catholic Church, her feast day isn't celebrated everywhere. But in southern Italy, it is celebrated. She's very well-known there. And anywhere that southern Italians have gone in the world, they tend to celebrate this feast day of Saint Rita. Saint Rita was known as the patron saint of abused women, since she was married to, well, frankly, a very mean man. But she's also known as the patron saint of impossible causes, because she worked and prayed all of her life in order to convert her husband into being a better person. And also she prayed that his family would end the feud with another local family, which eventually did happen. When I lived in Italy, we prayed to Saint Rita to help us find a parking spot, because there's no situation more impossible than trying to find a place to park your car in Italy. Similar to this devotion to Saint Rita, there's an ancient devotion to our Blessed Mother under the title of Mary, the Untier of Knots, or Mary, the Undoer of Knots. The idea is that Mary can undo the knots of sin and suffering in our lives that seem impossible for us to do ourselves. Have you ever found yourself in an impossible situation? Did you think about praying to Saint Rita or to Mary, the Untier of Knots? When I was a young boy, beginning to think about a religious vocation, I was faced with what I thought at the time was an impossible choice. I could enroll in the Capuchin seminary, but in my mind that meant I would be trapped forever, that once I made that decision there was no going back. Even if I decided later on that wasn't for me, I would be trapped there. Or I could go to the military academy run by the Capuchins, where my older brother was a student. I didn't think I was cut out for all of that military discipline, though. At the time, I didn't know anything about Saint Rita or about Mary the Untier of Knots, so I didn't think about praying to them. I didn't even think about praying to God about this because, frankly, well, it seemed it was impossible. It was impossible even for God to solve this dilemma. In the end, however, my problem was solved. The two schools merged into one new school without an ROTC program and with a program for students who were thinking about priesthood or religious life. The moral of my story is that we should never be afraid or embarrassed to bring our impossible situations to God, either directly or through the intercession of Saint Rita or Mary the Untier of Knots. Because what seems impossible to you is not impossible for God. Nothing is impossible for God. He may surprise you with some very interesting solutions. If you like these videos, please like or subscribe to our channel and check out our other content, A Simple Word, or our podcast, In the Hood. Please pray for us as we continue to pray for you.